In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips to help you guys rank up no matter what rank you're currently in. Let's get straight into it with tip number 1. This is going to be your controller and your graphic settings. So, like you can see on the screen right now, these are my current settings. What you want to be doing is making sure you guys utilize the best settings in the game. Now, let me give you a bit of an analogy. I don't think that's English, but we're going to move on anyways. For example, imagine you're playing with football or any sport, and imagine you go into the game just not prepared, not kind of having the right equipment, not the right trainers. For me, that's how I kind of look at Call of Duty the same way. If you're going to play rank play and try to rank up, no matter if you're playing casually or competitively, I feel like you need to prepare before you get into the game, and that's why I do think controller graphic settings are really important. Now, recently when I've been coaching people, they've been telling me that, for example, they had motion blur on, they don't change their sensitivity, all this stuff I think is really important. Now, for me, the big settings to look at, the most important settings are your FOV, your controller settings, and your dead zones. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with your FOV. If you're playing Warzone, 120, no problem. If you're playing multiplayer, if you're playing rank play, which most of you probably are, I would recommend going between, I would say 97 and 105. I think that's a sweet spot. I used to play on 97. I feel like if you just play multiplayer, maybe more of an assault rifle player at that medium to long range distance, that's perfect. If you're more of a flex player or just generally, I feel like 105 is not a bad range because you get to see the map a bit wider and also feels pretty good. The recoil feels pretty good. I recommend 105 FOV as my final one. Go into controller settings. Again, this one's a bit different in terms of sensitivity, but I would always stick to around 6.6 and then work from there. Now, there are exceptions in the league. Celium, he plays 10.7, is very kind of unique. I have played that for a while. I do like it, but I honestly have to say your shot does feel a little bit wonky with it. However, you do get the advantages of the movement. So I think it just depends on your play style. The advantage of having a higher sensitivity isn't to kind of snap onto people. It's more the fact that you have the freedom when you're aiming down sight to kind of move left and right and kind of pre-fire and just be a little bit more snappy in general in your gunfights, but you don't want to rely on that. What you really want to rely on is your centering, which we'll get to later on, but centering is very important, and that's why I think having like a 6.6 sensitivity is perfect for that. So those are going to be your kind of main controller settings. I do have a video as well, which I will put in the description, giving you guys a full list if you guys need it. Now, moving on to tip number 2, this is going to be practicing, warming up against bots. Now, again, just like with sports or anything else you do, if you go straight into the match without getting kind of like a feel for the rhythm and warming up, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Now, I know a lot of you guys watching right now, you probably don't warm up, okay? And I'm gonna be honest, whatever you do in your games, you are basically trolling. Let me explain. Let's say you play a game of whatever, hardpoint skid row, okay? Let's say it takes 10 minutes, and during that time, your first game, you get 25 kills. It's taken you 10 minutes to get 25 kills, okay? What happens is your actual hands and you warming up during those 10 minutes, if you spent that 10-minute time against bots, you probably could have shot 200 bots, maybe 150, okay? Now that for me is a lot better like value for your time. If you're really trying to improve, you're really trying to step up your level, I highly recommend shooting bots, making sure you practice your mechanics, okay? Let's go through shooting bots, kind of, I showed you guys how to set up just now, but let's just go through the actual game and what you want to be doing, what you want to be focusing on. So what I like to do is I like to double down on my weaknesses. So let's just say I'm really struggling with the long jump. What I'll do is I'll go into bots. All right, for the next 50 kills, I'm specifically going to jump around the corner and use the long jump, okay? Don't just shoot bots. Train your weaknesses. Let's say, look, I really struggle with a jump shot. I just can't get it right for whatever reason. Okay, let's go into bots, use a jump shot. What you're going to see is, oh, okay, my centering's a little bit high. Oh, my centering's a little bit low. You're going to start to correct your own gameplay. And for me, that is very important and probably the best way to improve as a player. I feel like if you want to improve as a player, you don't really need to work on your peak. What you need to do is you need to work on your floor, okay? Now, let me explain the difference. So peak is your best performance. If everyone has their best performance at all times, obviously they're going to be a great player, right? But what you want to do is you want to work on your floor. An example is Atlanta FaZe. If you look at the team of Atlanta FaZe, their floor as a team is top 3. That means every event they're going in, they're probably going to hit top 3. Now, for me, that is why they're the best team in the world for the last maybe 4 years, is because of how high their floor is. You as a player, okay, if you look at someone like Celium, his floor is insane. He never really has a bad performance. Now, what happens is your floor, if you can gradually increase your floor, then your ceiling will also increase, okay? Hope that makes sense. So what you want to be doing is going into bots, training certain mechanics, training your centering, your movement, just training certain mechanics, making sure you're ready for the gunfights, which takes us nicely into tip number 3. So tip number 3 is going to be minimap awareness, how you guys can use the minimap to your advantage. Let's take a look right now. So in this first clip, you can see we're on hardpoint, right? And if we look on the minimap, my teammates are watching the left. So the first thing I want to do, again, I am playing solo queue, is I'm going to look at the minimap and just see, right, what area is empty. So right now, if all 3 of my teammates are facing this left street, that straight away gives me an insight that the right side is open to a flank. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to sit behind this tank, sit behind cover and watch the right side. So now I'm going to use my equipment. So as my stun is going through into kind of the back of the mannequins, I'm going to go through. Now I'm going to watch into CD. We go through, we take out one, straight away we turn to the side again, and you can just see how I'm trying to look at the map and pick up some empty positions. We go through, watch the far flank, same thing. So even if right now I don't get any more kills, you can see just from that play alone, I'm able to kind of watch the flank and we should be able to get the rest of the time. Going into clip number 2, it's going to be sub base. Again, similar scenario. So if we take a look at our setup right now, we have 2 people in the bottom tunnel, we have 1 person on top, so both sides are open, the right hand side and the left hand side. Now I just had a look at the right hand side about a second ago and nothing was there. So straight away my only attention is going to be the left hand side. So we go through, you see there's actually an opponent coming from the top. So straight away we're going to go through, we're going to center onto him. The second we take him out, I now think about the timing and say, realistically, if somebody was going to push the left, this would be the time to do it. So straight away I'm going to go through, I'm going to slide across. You can actually see I actually kind of messed up my slide cancel here, but luckily my centering was really well. So we go through, we're able to take him out. Now in this position, as soon as I get this kill, I'm going to push through and try to flip the spawns. Again, another example of just basically looking at the mini map. On the same map here, we kind of go forward to the next P5. On this actual hill, right, you want to think, right, where are the opponents coming from and where do you want them to be? So P5 going into P1, you want to keep the opponents trapped on their side of tunnel. So right now I'm going to go through, we spot the first guy. The second I take him out, we're going to back off here and I'm actually going to reposition. The second I look at the minimap, what can I see? Well, there's 1 enemy under tunnel. So I know I have the advantage here. So straight away I'm going to go through, reposition, take him out and once again reposition again. And this is the exact same moment here, but kind of later on in the game. I think this is the same game. It might be a little bit different, but regardless, it's the same map on sub base and now I actually have a submachine gun. So we're going to go through and I want you to just have a look at the minimap right here. So this actually was able to get me the 2P. So as soon as we take out 1, I'm going to jump up top here. Now, based on where they were spawning, I knew right now there's an opponent right there. Okay, so if we look at P2 window, there's an opponent right there. So the second I jump up here, I want you to look at my crosshair. As I jump up, my crosshair goes towards it. So as he flies out, I'm able to center on and take him out. Now, when people see this clip without looking at the context, it looks very weird. It looks like I knew exactly where he was. And that's why looking at your minimap can help you guys so much. Right now, again, minimap, where is he? He's in the window. So we're going to go through. We know he's in the P2 window. So we take out the first player. We jump up top. As he approaches the window, we're able to take him out and progress across the map. So really good map awareness there. Takes us into our last clip here. So again, we're going to go through. Now we have a nice little pinch going. Okay, so as this hill's finished, I want to actually get away from Palace and break this kind of cafe area. So we're going to go through. I know somebody's on the old hill. Why? Because if we go back a second, if we look at the mini map, there's somebody on the hill, right? So I'm going to be playing for that guy. But what I want you to notice again is the mini map. So this is what you always should be looking out for. The second I approach this player here, I can see somebody is fighting on my left. And from first glance, it looks like he's mid tank. So I'm actually going to jump across. So as I go across now, my crosshair is going to center to the left, exactly where he's going to be. And I'm able to actually get a nice kill on the other player that wasn't even him. So again, if we go through, you see I get the first kill. I see this guy's on the tank here, going to go through, slide across, and we're able to take him out. So using the minimap can give you so many more advantages. Let's move on to tip number 4. So we just spoke about the minimap and how you can use it to your advantage. Now we're going to kind of take it up a step. We're going to talk about the minimap, but also about the kill feed and how you can combine them together to increase your map knowledge and awareness. So starting off on this clip, we're going to go through a similar scenario to the last one where we're kind of sitting on the P3 invasion. And if we look at the setup right now, it looks pretty good. Straight away, we're going to go through, my teammate gets taken out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I spot this kill feed. I spot the opponent's death, sorry, my teammate's death right here. And my first thing I'm going to do when I see this whole thing is look at the minimap and see, right, where is that player? So it looks like he killed my teammate from just in front of the kind of this DVD area here. So straight away, I'm going to go through and I'm just going to watch the front. And there you go. We end up taking out the first player. Now, again, looking at the kill feed, I can see it's a 1-for-1 trade. So the reason why looking at the kill feed is so impactful is because what happens is it allows you to kind of identify the map pressure. So as we go through now, I know there's a teammate on my left. So I'm going to go through, and I can see that 2 people are actually shooting him right now. So as he backs off, I'm kind of going to assume he's weak here. Now, I think that's a fair assumption. There's two people shooting him. He's probably going to be weak. So what's most likely going to happen is one of them are probably going to push him. So straight away, we're going to go through. I'm going to slide across, and you can see I'm actually going to basically trade my teammate. We go through, we get one. And just like that, we're basically going to use a kill feed, use a minimap just to get information and overall just kind of bait and switch here. So you see, we go through, we take out the second guy, and we're able to get the rest of the scrap time. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the clip was a little bit longer. It looks like that's it. Let's move on to sub base here. So in this next clip, it's the same thing. This one's actually really important. I think the way I play this was really well. So because I'm the furthest pushed out, right? Again, looking at the minimap, I want you to think right logically. If my team's spawning on my left here, if my team's spawning kind of back P2 on this P5, where are the opponents going to be spawning? Now, in my head, it makes sense for them to be spawning on the right-hand side, kind of underneath the tunnel or back P3. So straight away, I'm thinking, okay, again, if I'm them and I'm pushing the hill, what are they going to look at? They're probably going to look at this corner I am because it's kind of an obvious corner. So straight away, I'm going to go for a different position. And this for me was really effective. My teammate takes out one. Again, we're looking at the minimap pair. So the second I get this kill, what do I see? Well, my teammate takes out one and I take out one. Again, looking at the names here, what can we see? Well, we can see someone here called MWIII. He ends up taking out my teammate Jake. So straight away, I know that the player Jake has killed is not the same player. So that gives me the information that this player here is this MWIII here. So I'm going to assume that there's only one more player there. So straight away, look at this. We go through, we end up taking that player out with the help of my teammates. So now I know that that's that MWIII person. What I now know is that 3 people have died in the last 10 seconds from their team. So if anything, there's only going to be one more person pushing out. So that just gives you a bit more intel. Now we're going to go through. I know that this player is pushed out. He's probably by himself because the rest of his team are going to be further back. Okay. So if we back off slightly and play in fast motion, we can kind of dissect it together. So we go through, first kill goes to my teammate, second goes by me, the third's on my right. So we're going to go through, we're going to be able to take him out with help of my team. Now we're going to go through, the last guy is actually already there. Again, because of the kill feed, I'm able to identify that he's by himself. So we're going to go through, try to distract him, and once again, he's going to push by himself. We go through, and now there's 2 of them. My teammate takes out one, I take out the second, and that is going to be us winning the game. So again, using the kill feed, using the mini-map, just working together to get that information. Really important stuff here. Now, as we go into the next hill, exactly the same thing. I'm by myself here. So right now, this is kind of tricky because no one's with me, so I probably shouldn't be on this hill by myself, but we're going to go through it. Let's see what happens. Take out the first player. Really good stuff. Now I actually have to reload. So we're going to go to the left here. Again, I'm looking at the mini-map. What I can see is my teammates aren't quite here yet. So I have 2 options. One is to kind of run away and play my life. And the second is just to buy time and basically put the pressure on the opponent. So I'm going to do a bit of both here. My main thing is I'm trying to buy time for my teammates. So we're going to go through. I'm going to wait. I'm going to keep waiting. The second I kind of look to the left and I notice that nobody on my team has got a kill. Let me back off here, sorry. Yeah, so right now, as soon as I get the first kill, okay, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the kill feed, because if nobody else gets a kill, what does that tell you? That tells me they're probably going to come through the right hand side. Because what that means is they've not had a gunfight yet. That means they're still in their spawn. So using the minimap and the kill feed can really kind of give you more clarity. So we're going to go through again, stun this left hand side because I'm kind of guessing they're going to push this area. No one's coming there. So straight away, I'm going to put my attention to the right hand side. We go through, we get one more. This guy's weak, so we're going to chase him. So straight away, we're going to go through, slide across and take him out. Now, my teammates with me, we're able to get the rest of the hill. Going through to Skid Row here, it's the exact same thing. How do we break this P3? So I'm going to go through, my teammates jumping up top there. So I'm going to let them have that fight. There's actually somebody behind me. So right now I'm trapped in the corner. I'm thinking, okay, I need to get out of there. So straight away, I'm going to jump away and wait for my teammates. Again, the second I look at the kill feed right now, what do I see? I see 2 kills from my team. That gives me the insight. It's a 4 versus 2. What we need to do is just freeze this for a second, okay? The difference between the pros and like the top 250 and stuff like that is just how quick they process this information, in my opinion. Right now, this image, if we pause it, we can take our time and say, right, there's 2 people dead. They're probably going to spawn back apartments. We have about 5 seconds to stack the hill before reinforcements comes. If you're a pro, you need to identify and kind of look at this within seconds, okay? And that is a difference. So we're going to go through, 2 are down. I now know this player on the right is one of the only players left on the hill. So So instead of me pushing and dying right now, I'm going to look at my minimap. I can see my teammate is actually pinching through top middle. This is perfect. This is my time to play my life and distract. So again, we're going to shoulder in, and I can see again, they get another kill. So right now, all I'm thinking is this is probably the last guy on the hill. I need my teammates to kind of pinch. But if we look at the minimap again, there's somebody top middle. If I die right now, this is going to be really bad for the team because we're not able to pinch the hill, and it's going to be back to square one. So my job right now is to play my life, wait for my team. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I can see someone's on the pinch there. Again, 2 people down. We're just trying to find these last 2. So go through, and now there's 2 people in front of me. Again, I'm just going to play my life, wait for my teammate who's behind me. I can see he's trying to watch over me, right? There's no point me jumping in the hill. I'm so weak right now. So I'm going to wait, take my time, wait for him to help me. The second my teammate gets another kill, this is it. This is time to pinch. Why? Because they're going to be distracted by him. So they're going to turn around, we go through, and just like that, my teammate's with me. We're going to push through, and you can see we end up breaking the hill. Now, I think we played this really well, because if we ended up dying there, what would have happened is they would have probably got away with the game and ended up winning the map here. So you can see, although it took me 15-20 seconds, again, looking at the kill feed, nothing's going on right now. I know it's 4v4. There's one more on our side. It just gives you indication when to push up, when to hold. Again, right there, 2 go down. I see one more player there. That tells me with my teammate top middle, they're probably all coming back apartment. So what I want to do is I want to push this out a little bit here. So as soon as I get this kill and my teammate takes out the other player on top, this is my time to push out. So you can see I didn't push out until we got the kill advantage. And there you go. That's exactly how you use the minimap and the kill feed to your advantage. Let's go into the next clip. So just going to finish this one off. We go through, we get another nice little 2-piece, and there you go. We end up holding the rest of that time and end up taking the lead. Really impressive stuff. Into the next hill now. I believe this is the same game. What you want to do in this scenario is just, again, let's take a look at it. So we're going into the last P5, and what we can see right now is that we have a 10-second deficit right now. We're down by 10 seconds. We need to win this game. What do we do in this P5? Well, again, look at the minimap right now. I know they have the P5, right? Sorry, P4, sorry. They have the P4. They're going to be pushing through tunnel, or they're going to be pushing through bottom middle. So straight away, I'm going to look to the tunnel. And again, looking at the minimap, what do I see? I see my teammate's dot right there. That tells me he should be watching this tunnel. So as soon as I identify that, I'm going to turn around and watch garage. Now, just in case he doesn't kind of pick that up, I'm going to ping it just to make sure he's aware. Now I'm going to go through, watch my garage, and there you go. Just like that, we're in a better spot. I'm still a little bit worried about the left just because he doesn't look like he has that fully, but I'm going to constantly ping it just so he's reminded. So we're going to go through, going to watch the front now. If I look at the minimap, what do I see? I see my teammate should have the right-hand side. So as long as I play my life in garage, we should be good to go. So that's the minimap side of it. Now let's look at the kill feed and see how we can read the spawns. So we're going to go through. My teammate takes out 1. There you go. That's perfect. We go through. We end up taking out the second. Some nice shots there, get into cover. And there you go. Just like that, from that kill feed, what that tells me is the last player is on the hill, which is the 4th player, and the 3rd player is top tickets. Straight away, I know based on the spawns, they're probably going to spawn back P3. So as soon as I see this, I'm like, oh, perfect. My teammate gets a kill. That's a new wave of players now. What they're going to be doing is they're probably going to be back P3. So if I wanted to right now, I could probably push up garage, watch that right-hand side, but it's definitely high risk, high reward, because if I die there, we're giving up garage. So let's see what happens. I might, you know what, I'm actually going to hold this instead. So you can see, in my head, I should have held that, and I pushed up a little bit too late. So if we back off slightly, if I got this kill now, and my teammate, as soon as my teammate gets that kill there, let's see, let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. There you go. So you can see I took about 5 seconds, right? I waited too long. So in the game, I didn't realize. But if I was to watch this back now and go back in time, I probably would have pushed 5 seconds ago and just kind of played it out. But I didn't. So you got to back off, make sure that you're still in your position, ready for the next wave. So 50 seconds left here. Now they're going to be spawning on the right. So we're going to go through, again, put the trophy down, and I'm just going to hold it, wait for another wave of kills. Again, I'm just going to keep on marking it because I'm not sure if my teammate's going to watch that. Because if somebody pushes through tunnel and kills me, that's going to be my teammate's fault, but I'll be the one that dies and we could lose the game. So I'm going to make sure that's constantly being marked. Again, I'm watching the front here and just occasionally looking to the left, but I can see they're spawning on the right. Again, going to push through. Now, I think this is very risky for me. I don't love this play for myself, kind of pushing through, as long as I play my life here. So you can see we're going to back off again, and I just need to hold this angle. There's no need for me to get aggressive there. If I died there, that would have been my fault. So sometimes it's better off staying on this head glitch. You see, he ends up sliding through. We get him one shot. Again, there's no need for me to commit here. He has to push me. We have the advantage. So we're going to go through, take my time here. We get one more. My teammates watching the right, same thing. I know they're pushing through the right here. And now, again, it's about judging the pressure. The second my teammate dies on the hill, I'm like, right, this is a time for me to help them. This is where they need help. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to go on the pinch here. And again, I'm thinking of the P1. So we're going to go through. I'm going to take out one. I'm going to go through again, and I know the second guy was also with him. He ends up being behind me. We go through, we take him out. The second I kill him, I'm going to push through this P3 side and try to get the spawns. That one is a little bit longer, but again, it's just showing you how you can use the minimap and the kill feed to your advantage. Going through to sub base now, let's see what we do here. So on sub base, we're going to go through. There's actually an opponent up there, so I'm straight away going to back off. What I realized is I didn't actually check that door properly. So if we go through again, I actually end up rushing this area. So instead of looking at the minimap, I end up running into the hill, and I realized I made a mistake. So the second I looked at the minimap and I saw, oh shit, he's behind me, I actually backed away. So I backed away, went for the reposition, and you can see it worked out really well. So again, looking at the minimap, looking at the kill feed, what do I see? That's one person down. There's still 3 enemies to account for. One looks like he's around P1. So straight away, I'm looking on my like minimap and stuff. I'm looking for 2 enemies. So we go through. As I reload, I see someone on the left. So that tells me that there's one there. One's P1. And I'm assuming the other 2 are spawning at the back there. So straight away, I'm going to use the cover here, go prone and take him out. Really effective stuff. And now I know that I can probably get into the hill because that's 2 down. So that is kind of tip number 4, how to use the mini map and your kill feed to your advantage. Let's go straight into tip number 5. Well, tip number 5, we're going to be talking about how to use equipment effectively and how it can help you with winning more gunfights, clearing lanes, and just the importance of using equipment in rank play. Starting off with this first clip, we're going to go through on this hard point, and you can see right now, okay, there's 2 people in front of me. So logically, if I actually go for this kill right now in this first play, I might be able to get him, but it's very unlikely I'm going to get the 2-piece. Now, what is my highest chance of success right now? It's going to be backing off as I get the first kill. So really good hip fire there. I'm going to back off now. Straight away, I'm thinking, okay, from his POV, what is he likely to do? Or if I'm him, I'm probably sliding in because I know that this player, in this case me, is very weak. So I'm going to actually stun the door here. Now what ends up happening is I hit him with the stun, and I think that it ends up stunning him, but it doesn't. So I end up sliding in. So I think what I did there actually worked out well. For some reason he messed up, but I only would have pushed him if my stun hit him. So again, I could have been a little bit earlier, maybe bounced it on the floor, but the concept was still the same thing. What I wanted to do was stun him and then push him, knowing he was going to push me. It kind of just got lucky there because I hit him, and for some reason it ended up working out. But yeah, that's kind of what you want to do. Same thing here. We go through. Now there's actually a few people in front of me, so I take out one. Straight away I'm going to get into cover. Now as I spot this opponent on my right, I'm thinking, okay, he probably is going to shoot me right now. As I run away, it looks like I'm not even acknowledging him. So I'm going to go away, and he's probably, again, I'm kind of overthinking it at the moment, thinking he's probably going to push me now, knowing that I didn't see him, even though I did. So I'm going to go through, and then I'm like, okay, let me back off and just hit him once. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run away. Now I'm going to back off, hit him once, knowing he's in the sprint, and now I've got him. He's weak. He's out in the open. I'm like, right, let me chuck a stun at the car, wait for it to hit him. The second the stun hits him, it's now time to camera him. This is really important. If I just stood here and shot him, if I look to the left now, he would still be able to shoot me. Why? Because he's aiming in at me right now. So what you want to do is you want to stun the player and then go away from basically what he's centering at. I hope that makes sense. Right now, he's going to be centering at this door. So I want to leave this door, not stand right here because he'll be looking at me. No, but drag his aim away. If someone's stunned, it's going to be hard for them to track you. So we go through, we make him weak, then we jump across and we get the kill and we're able to get away. Really effective stuff with the equipment. Same thing here. I need to play my life here. The longer I stay alive in this spot, the better it is. Why? Because I'm trapping them P5. So if I overcommit and die here, it's not going to be very helpful for the team. So straight away, I'm like, okay, this guy's on a head glitch. Let's just stun him, you know? Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be. We chuck a stun. As I stun him, I know he's probably going to peek this right-hand side. So I'm going to go away, hold the right-hand side. Because he's stunned, it's a very easy kill. And just like that, we're able to break the kind of kill there. We go forward, exact same thing on Skid Row P2. Between me and the tunnel, there's a bit of distance. I know for me to get there, if he kind of cameras me, he's going to kill me. So right now, I'm going to use my stun just to close the gap down, and I ends up hitting somebody. The second my stun hits, I'm going to push forward, but I'm also going to use my nade to get that kill. So my nade's going to shoot, get the kill. I'm going to jump across in case he was one shot, and I would have been able to take him out. Same thing here. I saw somebody at the beginning kind of shoot their gun. So we're going to go through, we're going to chuck a stun grenade. Again, get the pistol out. Why? Because you slide a bit further with a pistol, you jump a bit further, makes it a little bit easier, easy kill, and that's how you can use your equipment. Going forward again to Rio, this one's actually really important. So he makes me one shot. So not only do you use it to kind of push people, but also when you feel like the pressure's on you, you feel like they're attacking you, feel free to use your equipment. So right now I chuck a stun there, gonna run away from the nade. Again, use my pistol here, slide across. As I'm sliding across, I know he's stunned, gonna get a nice shot off and take him out. Again, really simple formula, but we're using it constantly to get these kills. You can use it in every single game mode, and it's just such an important way to kind of level up and improve your gameplay. So we're gonna go through again off the break, we chuck a stun. First things first, slide counter to the head glitch, go through, we take him out. It just looks very repetitive because that's what it is. It's about getting reps in, learning when to use your equipment. And this is a really, really good gameplay just because it's showing you different kind of scenarios where in a real game I'm actually using it. Exact same thing here. I think the biggest thing I wanted to speak about on the equipment is once you actually hit your stun, not to just flood through the door, because it's happened to me so many times where I walk through the door and they end up pre-firing it and I'm like, shit, I've stunned him and I've still died. So right now is a perfect example. We've hit the stun, so I'm straight away, instead of standing by this door, I'm going to slide past him. Now that I've slid past him, it's very unlikely he's going to kill me. Saying that, he almost did, but anyways, we move on. So we go through again, we chuck a stun. Me stunning the right hand side, I'm thinking from his perspective. He can see the stun landing in from this side. So he's probably going to think, okay, whoever's just stunned me is going to push in from that same side. Nope, I'm going to go around. I'm actually going to nade that side as well to kind of cover that right side. Go towards the left here, expecting him to push me. And guess what? That's exactly what he does. So that was just a really good bait there. Works out perfectly. So same thing on this other side. We're going to go through. I'm going to chuck a stun. As my stun hits, this time I'm going to go the same side here. You see, we go through and we end up taking him out. Now moving on to terminal search and destroy. Even off the break is very important. So we go through and I can see a smoke grenade. The second I see a smoke grenade, I'm thinking, right, they're going to be pushing this. Now, normally I wouldn't chuck my equipment straight away because they like to have a trophy system, probably back burger. But the second I see this opponent push up to the right hand side, I was like, right, I can guarantee there's no trophy there. So I'm going to go through. I'm actually going to chuck a stun first. Now, as my stun goes through and it hits him, that gives me the indication, right, he's stuck there. He's now stunned. Your nade should be able to kill him. So we cook the nade, go through, and we're able to take him out. Make sure to stay to the end because I have another bonus tip for you. So we go through here into the next clip, same thing. We go through, there's a player on my right, chuck a stun, wait for a second, wait, go through. Now we track him with a pistol and we're able to take him out. So that is how you guys can use your equipment. Now, the little bonus tip I had for equipment is if you have a frag grenade, it actually takes 5 seconds to detonate. So make sure you utilize that. Now, what I mean is when you're going to throw your frag, don't just chuck it if your opponent is close to you, because you're giving him time to react. You're giving him basically 4 seconds to react to it. So if you, for example, are in a room, let's just kind of back off slightly. Let's say, where is it? Let's say right now, I have this player stunned. For whatever reason, I wanted to nade him right now. If I'm holding the grenade right now, I need to think, right, if I chuck it now off this wall, he has 4 seconds to run away because it'll take about 1 second to throw. So I would hold it for 1, 2, 3, and then I would jump out and I would chuck it now. So it's just about using your timing and thinking, right, if I have this for 5 seconds, how can I use it effectively? But that is going to be 5 tips to help you guys rank up in rank play. Hope you guys enjoy the video. You guys probably know there's been a lack of uploads on the main channel. That's because I've been working on a few bigger projects. I'm trying to go more quality on the main channel and more quantity on the live channel. That doesn't mean I'm going to lower the quality there, of course, but it's just, I'm really going to go out for the projects on the main channel. So if you guys like the content, make sure to check out our Twitch. We are trying to stream every single day. Also, I have a Discord server for the community. Check that out down in the description. And if you guys like the normal content that you guys are missing out on the ARV channel, make sure to check out ARV Live because we upload in there every single day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.